Welcome to another exciting episode on The Leading Circle. This season, I've had an amazing time with all my guests, but I want to take a look at some generation who think education isn't important. Did you hear the word school isn't it for me? I'll go on a quick break. My name is Tobi Jolugbo. Be right back. Welcome back on the show. Before I went on that quick commercial break, I spoke about some generation who think education isn't important. I have someone in the house with me to speak on this topic. Welcome, Farrell.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good.
It's good to have you back on the show.
Yeah, happy to be back.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Farrell. I know that we know that there's some people who think education is important. How much do you think education is important to anyone?
Education is very important.
Okay.
I feel like every child, every human being deserve the base of education. You need to learn, the basis of education. You should be educated to a certain level at least.
All right, so what age do you consider as being matured?
I'd say the legal age is 18.
Okay.
Right?
So at that point in time, you think any form of education you've had before 18 is your basic form of education?
Yeah, should be. Even before 18, you should have finished, if you're following the normal standards before 18. I left school before 18, secondary school.
Okay. And afterwards, did you continue? Did you further from your secondary school?
Yeah, I did.
What did you study in school?
I studied economics.
And what are you doing now?
I'm a fashion designer.
Okay, so how does that relate to, so now, and I think that's exactly why a lot of people or the new generation think education isn't as important as what it is, because most of the basic things we do now, we're not really using what you studied in school to be able to get you just the same way you studied economics.
Yeah.
And right now you're a fashion designer. I'm thinking, how did that help you in any way though? How has education helped you?
Studying economics did not help me.
Okay.
But going to the university did help me.
Okay.
That's my personal experience. I learned a lot. I got to meet different people. I was in secondary school, it's just school, back to your family and people that, you're close with. And then you get to see a whole different people, different character, and you learn a lot, experience, betrayals and stuff. It prepares you for
the future. Okay.
But then you can decide, someone else can decide to go another way.
But at what time did you realize the fact that you wanted to be a fashion designer?
Before I even entered university. To be honest, I furthered I went to university because obviously it's the normal thing to do.
Okay. You didn't really say the reason why you should do it. You just think it's the normal thing to do.
At that point I was like, first of all, let me even tell you, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay.
So how I started studying economics, I do not know.
Okay.
So at that point, I just, studied economics and I came out, even before, I think I started my brand way in when I entered uni. Okay. 2014 or 13, I started styling people.
Okay.
So as at 2016, I started my brand while still in school.
Okay.
So I always knew
that you were going to be a fashion designer and all. Okay, so I would find out how the economics has been able to push your brand, because of course, you know what the basic economics is.
Yeah.
And how has it been able to help that you're glad, you think about it and you're glad that, oh, I'm glad I studied this course, so it's helping my brand.
Economics, you can say it helps, but at the end of the day, there's nothing economics taught me that I wouldn't have learned on the streets. They'll tell you, okay, when you want to start your business, you need to do the scale of preference, prioritize. I would have learned that. The woman in the market selling Gary knows how to prioritize that business.
That's true. That's very, very
smart.
True.
So, I gained a lot of experience from university, but I wouldn't say if I hadn't studied economics, I wouldn't have been, being where I am with my fashion designing or,
So you could have actually learned that on the street. So now the Gen Zs believe that education is not really the best form for them to learn. Do you also agree with that?
I don't agree with that totally.
Okay.
Like I said, education is very important.
Okay.
I'm talking to you, understand ourselves.
Yes,
you can't have a straightforward conversation with a total illiterate that doesn't know how to, communicate with you, right?
Okay.
So every child deserves education. So like that's something I would always advocate for. Every child deserves
A basic education.
Basic education.
Nice.
Now, if they decide they do not want to, that's their choice when they are old enough.
Thank you. I'll go on a quick commercial break, and when I'm back, you'll meet my new guest. Stay tuned. Still watching TLC, our in-house etiquette coach, Remy Tidema, will be taking us on dining etiquette. Take a look. Welcome back, everyone. I have with me here Terence and Karen. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How you doing, Cassie?
I'm doing okay. I'm fine. Okay.
Terence, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Cassie, what do you do?
I model. I am an influencer, a YouTuber, and a content creator.
Wow. Okay, Terence, what do you do?
I'm a producer, I'm a forex trader, and
You both make money now,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, and do you think, how necessary do you think education is important to what you do?
Okay.
Cassie, I'll take it from you.
All right. If I don't go to school,
Okay.
I can be that supermodel.
Wow.
Yeah, because me personally, my career is just to model. I really do not want to go to school. If I'm given an option, where are you going to school or you're going to pursue your career? I am going to pursue my career.
Fantastic.
Because for real, school is depressing. Most of my friends are in school. They're always saying, Cassie, I'm about to die. We're having classes by this time. We're having exams today. I'm like, wait. When we were younger, we were like, one day I want to go to university, so I'll be free, so I'll be able to do things. My mom is not going to be there and all.
Yeah.
Well, now your mom is not there, and that's when you're even facing hell.
Wow.
I really do not want to be depressed. I don't want to have any issue because I just really want to be that model. And without education, I can't be that model. Yes, that's what I think. Yeah.
Terence, do you share the same view with
Sure. But mine is like of a different story. Because
Okay.
for me, I feel like education is necessary. It's
Okay.
important, right? But
Alright.
people are linking education to school. Education is not just school.
Yeah.
School is one of them, yeah, but it's not just education
Yeah.
only. You understand?
Yeah.
Being street smart, it's also education. You are educated by the streets. The street has educated you. You understand? So like for me now, let's like take from my story. Like I did engineering in Yabatech,
Okay.
industrial maintenance engineering.
Okay.
Then after my engineering, some Chinese company came to take us when I did my OND.
Okay.
Then they took us and we worked for them for like 2 years.
Okay.
Then I injured myself. I fell from like two stories.
Wow.
Education will not be, because of you are educated, they had to still fling you away because
Whoa.
they felt like you could not like work for them any
Anymore.
longer. Exactly.
Wow.
So they won't look at your certificates.
Okay.
You understand? They are just going to employ you based on what you bring.
Yeah.
You understand? So I left, then I just started to like focus on my strength. So for me, I will employ people, just focus on your strength. Your strength is, and learn from your strengths. Be educated in your strength. You understand? So that's how I see it.
Okay. Do you share the same view, Farrell, with what they have said?
Well, like he has a point, but I feel it's basically the same thing if you think about it. Because I like I've been saying, like education is very important.
Yeah.
So whatever you decide to do later on, like you need to get education for yourself.
Yeah.
Like he said, you need to get educated for yourself. So obviously, these companies don't care about your certificate. Like, okay, some do, but like it's still what you do, like in the job that gets you promoted or something. Your actions and So at the same time, you got educated for yourself so that you can, it's just easier.
Nice. Cassie, do you think if you're forced to go into school right now, and you probably will be paid and still be able to model alongside, do you think you'll consider going to taking up that opportunity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I will. I mean, I'll be able to school and model.
At the same time.
Of course, I will.
So modeling is very, very much the top priority
For real, yes.
on your list.
It is.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
Over 11,000 followers.
Over 11,000, and you make money from it.
Yes.
Wow, fantastic. Terence, with what you do, you make money from it as well?
Sure. I just started like entering the professional stage of production because before I just produced for my friends.
What do you,
and I don't take money.
you produce beats or what?
Yeah, produce beats, songs and all.
Music.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now I'm just like starting the professional stage.
Fantastic.
Yeah, sure.
Cassie, how has your mom felt since she realized the fact that you've been taking modeling much more serious than your education?
Okay. My mom is super supportive.
Wow, nice.
Yes. She's like, okay, do what you want. If this is going to make you happy, do it. When I wrote my JAMB, I applied for Unilag and I put in for sociology. They gave me education and they were like, okay, go to the school to change yours. Do we just do somehow?
Do a change of course?
I didn't sit on my cap.
Okay.
At all. It didn't reflect and I could not like assess my admission. I'm like, what happened? I had to wait for, I think, 1 year.
You lost that year.
I lost it.
Wow.
Then I'm like, wait, this is what I want. Even if I want to go to school, I want to study mass communication. And I cannot just go to school for going sake. So it's better I just, pursue what will make me happy than to just go to school and waste the year studying what I don't want to do. So my mom is actually supportive in my modeling career.
Okay.
I mean, my dad is not even supportive of my modeling career.
How does your dad react about
it? Feels like modeling is prostitution.
Wow.
Yes, there was a time I wanted to take my Polaroids when I recently started my modeling career. He was like, huh? You're going to take Polaroids, you're going to show your body. Mom was like, no now. She's not showing her body. This is where you're going to wear like white crop and leggings or bomb shirts.
Okay.
So I don't know if back then
that was what it was.
Yeah, that was what it
was. It makes them go into prostitution.
Exactly, but it doesn't. Modeling has really changed. And so that's why I'm really interested in knowing more and going because school is actually going to restrict me.
Okay.
If I end up going to school, I won't be able to, if I get international placements. Okay. Because as a model, there's like a very high chance of you traveling abroad.
Getting an international recognition.
Yes. That's what I'm looking towards. Yes.
All right, I'll go on a quick commercial break, and when I'm back, I would continue the conversation with my guest. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Still on TLC. I know we have all spoken about how much the internet has been helpful and useful to us. I also know we've spoken about how we all came about using the internet, but I just wanted to find out what are the downsides of using this internet ever since you started making money of it. I just want to find out.
Okay, I'll highlight two things, right? And the first is that, being on your phone and the internet every time can stop you from establishing real-life connections. So you can find out that you've spent an entire year on your phone and you would not notice because you almost cannot tell that you haven't been, outside in all
the
of
world.
that time.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm not very, in support of Facebook's VR thing because
that's true.
Yeah, we all already need extra outside connection. I don't think that we need new ways to force us to spend more time on our phones. That's number one. The second challenge I would identify is that social media puts pressure on you and it sneaks up on you, so you're not necessarily aware that you're going through what you're going through. I'll use myself as an example.
Okay.
I started working with social media like as far back as I was 15, but at this point it was strictly for advertorial purposes. So I wasn't spending time on Instagram or the kind that exposes you to the lives of people, so to speak. It was just work. So at 19, I started my own freelancing outfit. So this time I'm managing accounts on Instagram. Now, Instagram is a very visual platform, right? People curate their best lives on Instagram. True. You see the best corners of their rooms. You see the best, aspects of their lives. And the danger of this is that, you look left, you see A's best parts. You look right, you see B's best parts. It's
all best parts.
So now your break time, you're on Instagram. You're peeing, you're on Instagram. You're making dinner, you're on Instagram. You're talking to your family, you're on Instagram. Now, it's been 4 years, and you know how your mind is like a sponge, and it soaks up all these things.
Yeah, it's true.
So somewhere inside of you start to feel like, you're not achieving a lot with your life, or, you're not doing well enough, or you're just generally not good enough. And the danger in this is that you don't even realize where the problem stems from. Because you have to realize that, it comes from me taking up this much information from watching other people live their lives, to get here.
Yeah.
So it actually took me professional help
to
realize that,
professional help.
If you work on your phone for 6-7 years, it's a long time. It's not a problem that I would be able to diagnose by myself.
Wow.
Because I don't even realize, how much.
Again, I didn't know.
Yeah, and that's how it is with everybody. Nobody actually understands, the extent that social media can tune your mind. You know how marketing works? Everything around you is marketing. If you say something now, your phone picks it up.
True.
I promise you that by the time you open your Instagram,
that's all the advert placement you're going to be getting.
Very
True.
So think about the fact that everything you see in your life is programmed. You are not. You think that you have your own mind and you're your own
not
individual,
anymore.
but you're not. Because everywhere you go, you're surrounded by things that, your phone has picked up a hint from you, your computer has picked up. So I advise people, like I do, because I travel, I spend times without my phone, without my computer,
You just
I'm literally
shut it off.
Yeah, I
Very
am literally
deliberate.
hiking somewhere, just away from everything, recalibrating.
That's
because
good.
that's the only way that I'm able to come back to source.
Okay.
And, connect with myself, identify how I feel, and say that, okay, for the next 6 months, I'm going to only work on my Instagram. When I'm off work, I am not going to be aimlessly scrolling through social media. So again, I make my money off Instagram and other social media platforms. So I cannot say that, I don't benefit from these platforms. But even now, I am looking for more ways to, diversify what I'm doing. Because I think I'm generally nearing that point where
you're getting saturated.
Yeah, and I'm also tired of seeing this, overly curated lives on social media. So now I tend to follow people that I can connect with, people that share their real life experiences, skincare guys that show you that it's not 30 days in a month that your skin is good, guys that show you that it's not every day that
makes
your lives
sense.
are okay.
It does. That makes sense.
So if you're able to find yourself in spaces that are uplifting and they exist on social media,
of course,
yeah, I would ask you to do that. But the bottom line for me is that I think everyone should be aware of the fact that,
there are so many
you can live your life on your
downsides.
phone. Yeah. And you wouldn't realize it.
Makes sense. Thank you, I know. I want to go to you, Gray. Let me ask the question. Have you been trolled before on the internet?
Okay, so when To Go was the main thing,
Yeah, I remember to go.
I dated Rihanna.
You dated Rihanna on the internet.
I
Okay.
dated Rihanna.
No, the same Rihanna? Okay. So I want, please tell me.
So I dated Rihanna, but the only problem was she kept asking me for her time.
Airtime.
Yeah, she was
Nigerian airtime, right?
I was a young boy.
Oh my God. Okay.
know.
So at when was the point you realized that this is not the real bad girl Riri?
I think I woke up one morning and I was like,
you believe
wait, why is Rihanna asking me for her time every day? Now it's every day. I wasn't even walking like,
Oh,
bro.
did you even send at all?
Yeah, I mean, not judge her.
Wow. To the Rihanna that you were dating.
Yeah, I mean, I was fighting for the love of my life.
Oh
I was
my God. Okay. So, Esther, you want to tell me your first downside of the
I think
internet?
I've had my own fair share of the whole.
Even despite the fact that you're not having 20-something million followers.
I mean, you don't need to have that
before you're being trolled.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Were you
yes.
trolled?
Not trolled, but then I've a catfish experience.
I want to hear, please.
So because it's the internet and you don't really know people until you meet them.
True though.
Mm-hmm.
So I met this guy on Instagram. So
Okay.
you know how someone goes like way back to your posts and then likes from the very beginning. Yeah, and then
I
he
know,
followed.
just to get your attention.
Thank you. So, and then he followed, and I'm like, who's this uncle? And then I followed back, and then we got talking, and I liked his person, and then we just.
How long did you guys talk for?
About 3 months.
That's talking stage, right?
Yes, yes, talking stage. So we agreed to, meet, in
person.
Yeah, so we set a day for the movie date and So I was waiting in the mall.
Oh, you got there before
I got there before him, which is unusual. I don't do that. So I got there before him and I sat there and he walked up to me. And I just saw someone walking up to me. And then I'm like, this is not the person I'm expecting.
So this was a situation of what I ordered versus what I got.
Exactly. I'm like, this is not the person this is not the profile picture, this is not the pictures familiar. I saw. Exactly, you don't look very familiar.
So what could have gone wrong? Was he using another person's picture?
Yes.
Really? He was impersonating?
Yes. He told me it was his cousin's picture. I'm like, who does that? Like, who uses his...
So all along, he's been the one chatting, but using someone else's picture?
Yeah, so because I liked how our conversations went, he's actually very intellectual. I don't know why
and you are attracted to intelligent people.
Exactly.
That was what I was about to ask.
Of course, it wasn't cute.
Not as much as the cousin. Yeah. So I was like, so he came up to me and then we met. And because I liked how our conversations went, that's why I stayed on the date. I was going to leave, but I was like...
You were going to walk away.
Yeah. So I was like, let me just,
just listen to what he's got to say.
It was nice. Not the same vibe. But
I mean, of course.
Who paid the bills for?
Him, of course, after being a catfish.
Oh, I see.
I mean, even if I had plans to pay.
At that moment you were...
Yes.
I get you there.
After that, I told him, I called him out, this is not right.
You still look upset about it.
It was hurtful. It was.
So did you tell him in person or when you got home?
I told him in person and then told him that.
Don't try this again.
Yeah, don't do it to anybody. It's not right.
Stay away from me.
Exactly.
So when you got home, what did you do?
You cried?
I want to hear the word.
I didn't cry. It was funny after. It was just, I blocked him. No, I didn't block him immediately. I just couldn't, continue
the conversation. You were just disappointed.
Exactly.
Wow.
Just went off. So I just, pushed him aside.
Ooh,
I don't even know if he's still following me, but I don't care.
But has that happened to you before? I know. Have you tried?
Oh no, I'm very old school. Old-fashioned.
So you don't do. So you like to meet in person before you try to go on a date with you, because that's like a blind date, yeah?
I don't go on dates. Neither do I meet in person.
How do you know
I don't meet people. Maybe that should have been the first question.
Okay, so she mentioned the fact that she spent so many of her time on the internet. So this has actually made her distract from people. So now she's just trying to get back to reconnecting with people.
Okay. Maybe I didn't say that.
But that's what I think I understand, yeah? And so far, it's been, it's been fine, right?
Is it?
Has it been though?
I mean.
All right, okay. I think we've all had a wonderful time on the show. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. We've been able to learn a lot. I learned a lot from Aino. I learned from Gray, and I learned from Esther.
I learned from Gray and Esther.
So that's exactly what this platform is for. The platform is for the late millennials, the early millennials to meet with the Gen Z. We all just come here, we banter, we talk, we interact, and we all have a common ground. That's what TLC is for. Thank you once again, guys, for coming.
Thank you for having us.
All right, thank you guys for on the show today. I really appreciate your time. I want you guys to join us same time next time till I come your way again. My name remains Tobi Jolugbo. And do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at The Leading Circle. Till I come your way again, bye.